Okay, so in
Yes,
the
sir.
last lecture we have studied about the different types of speed which are designated in Indian Railways and which are adopted in Indian Railways. So in that regard, we have all the track speeds and maximum speeds and permissible speed. There were a lot of speed discussion in the last lecture, and we were supposed to discuss the horizontal curves today. Okay, so we'll quickly brush up the speed. We'll have a look on the speed that we studied that day, and then we'll move to the horizontal sig curve. Okay, so first we have studied the average speed of the train, okay, which was based on the length and stoppages and all. Then the maximum sanction speed, which is defined by the track engineer. Okay, then we had discussion about the maximum speed and commercial speeds with certain special trains as well. Then there was a discussion about the fastest section available in Indian Railways right now. Then we had a discussion about increasing the average speed, how to increase the average speed, what should be the measures we should take, and what should be the design consideration that should be taken care of in order to increase the average speeds. Then there was certain speed effects. Okay, these were the effects which you notice or which you feel while you travel in the railways. So these are the effects which are created due to the movement of the locomotives and the wagons. Basically these are more into the wagons itself. Okay, so all these effects you might have very easily felt, like pitching and rolling, bouncing. Whenever you see, most of these defects are very much clearly they can felt and they can be seen at the joint, at the junction of two coaches. जब आप एक कोच से दूसरे कोच में जाते हो तो बीच में जो स्पेस होता है, कभी वहां पर जाके ये उससे थोड़ा प्रिकॉशनसली थोड़ा दूर रह के थोड़ा नोटिस करना. You will be able to see all these effects. Rolling is the swaying motion which is occurring in the this thing, the wagon. एक तो वहाँ पे हमेशा क्या होता है, तुमने देखा होगा, हमेशा वहाँ पे एक चीज़ होती है कि दोनों वैगन्स अलग अलग मूव कर रहे होते हैं. ठीक है, कंपैरेटिवली अगर तुम देखो, तुम दूसरे वैगन में खड़े हो और आगे वाला या पीछे वाला वैगन ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हो, तो उन कोचेस में हमेशा रिलेटिव मूवमेंट्स होते हैं. ठीक, सो दो रिलेटिव मूवमेंट्स आर ड्यू टू व्हाट, आर ड्यू टू डिफरेंट स्पीड्स एंड द प्रोफाइल ऑफ द ट्रैक अवेलेबल. ठीक, फिर उसी में एक होता है आपका रेजोनेंस विच इज क्रिएटेड मोस्टली. ओके, तो रेजोनेंस आपका कब होता है? रेजोनेंस होता है जब when your speed, when this thing, the sound generated by the tracks matches the sound generated by the speed of the train. Okay, so over that time resonance frequency होती है, and you will be able to feel the vibrations due to that particular frequency. Then we had a discussion about safe speed, what are the safe speeds on the tracks, and what are the factors that govern this particular safe speed. Then there were a discussion about the obsolete formula, that is Martin's formula. Then we had a look on railway board's formula, which is currently used now for calculation of safe permissible speed. So railway board formula was also for different conditions, like if fully transition curve is there and then non-transition curve is there. Then this was an outline of the safe permissible speed calculations and all the definitions in there, how you have to consider the virtual transition length and all. Then this consideration of the virtual transition also depends upon whether the cant is provided or inadequate transition effect is there. Then we had a discussion about equilibrium speed. Okay, that is the speed at which the effect of centrifugal force will be exactly balanced by the cant provided. So this can be compared to the what you can say equilibrium super elevation in case of highway. Okay, वहाँ पर क्या होता था, over there we used to notice that this thing, we used to ensure that the pressure at the inner and outer tire of the vehicle should be equal when under which, under equilibrium super elevation condition. तो over here equilibrium speed क्या होता है, जब क्या होगा, it is the speed at which centrifugal force, the entire centrifugal force is exactly balanced by the cant provided. Then we had a discussion about what cant is. Okay, equilibrium speed depends upon various factors. Then maximum permissible speed. Okay, what are the different classification and what are the considerations which should be taken further? calculation of maximum permissible speed. Then one very important parameter we have studied was cant. Okay, cant is what? The relative difference between the height of outer and inner rail on a curve. So this is quite similar to the super elevation in highways. Okay, so in highways we provide on the curves super elevation, but here we cannot provide that super elevation. What we have to do, we have to uh, create a difference between the heights of outer and inner rail. At the same time the canting should be maintained. जो canting हम लोग 1 and 20 की करके रखते हैं, ठीक है, स्लीपर्स में एंड रेल्स में, क्यों करते थे वो? in order to compensate the this thing coning of wheels, ठीक है. So for that we we always make use of canting in the rails and sleepers. Okay, so that has to be maintained without affecting the entire canting of the profile. We have to maintain a relative cant for providing super elevation in railway. Okay, so yeah, just like super elevation in highways, over here also what happens, inner rail को हम original level पे maintain करते हैं, लेकिन we can raise the outer rail. Okay, so what happens, inner rail is maintained at its original level and is also known as gradient rail. तो outer rail जो होगी उसको हम लोग vary कराते हैं उसका distance. Okay. Then we have studied, this is very beautiful diagram we have seen, which helps you to determine what is cant excess and what is cant deficiency. Okay, so what is the benchmark for both? The benchmark for both is equilibrium speed. Okay, this is very important while we design the thing, the curves. Okay, so at curves the designation of cant depends upon this particular diagram, or you can say comparison technique. Okay, so we always take the equilibrium speed as benchmark. So अगर तुम्हारा speed, if the train runs at a speed which is greater than equilibrium speed, that is known as your cant deficiency. Okay, it will be cant deficiency. Okay, and what are the effects of that? This net positive cant effect will be generating or will be leading to overturning of the train. Okay, and if the speed is less than equilibrium speed, then what is there, cant excess is there. What will be the effect of cant excess? That is derailment will be caused. Okay, इसको अगर तुम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में समझोगे तो तुम्हारी ट्रेन किसी भी कर्व पे, योर ट्रेन शुड बी रन एट अ स्पीड व्हाट, एट दिस इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड. ठीक है, at any instance, at any curve, this train should be run at this equilibrium speed. अगर इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड से ज़्यादा, लेट्स से इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड किसी कर्व पे तुम्हारी क्या है 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर मान लिया, अगर ट्रेन उससे ज़्यादा मूव कर रही है, मान लो ट्रेन चल रही है 80 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से, तो क्या होगा? तो दैट मीन्स व्हाट इज देयर, कैन डेफिशिएंसी इज देयर. ठीक, कैन डेफिशिएंसी विल अराइज. क्यों कैन डेफिशिएंसी अराइज होगी? क्योंकि जो आउटर रेल है, आउटर रेल का कंपैरेटिव डिस्टेंस इस केस में ज़्यादा होना चाहिए था, तभी तो तुम रेजिस्ट करा पाओगे सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स को. डेफिशिएंसी क्यों बोल रहे हो? बिकॉज जो जनरेटेड सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स है उसको तुम रेजिस्ट नहीं करा पाओगे. ठीक है, क्यों? क्योंकि ट्रेन इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड से ज़्यादा चल रही है. तो जब ज़्यादा तेज़ चलेगी ट्रेन तो क्या होगा? आउटवर्ड टर्निंग विल बी देयर, दैट मीन्स ओवर टर्निंग हो जाएगी. ठीक, एंड एट द सेम टाइम हमने एक पर्टिकुलर मिनिमम कैंट प्रोवाइड करके रखा हुआ है, और what is happening, the train is running at a speed which is less than equilibrium speed. तो कितनी थी इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड हमारी? 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर. अब अगर ट्रेन चल रही है मान लो तुम्हारी 20 किलोमीटर पर आवर पे, ठीक, और कर्व पे से पास हो रही है, तो what will happen, it will happen that what will happen is excess of cant will be there. जो provided cant है वो तुम्हारा क्या होगा? it will act as cant excess, मतलब ज़्यादा canting हो गई एक तरीके से उस पर्टिकुलर स्पीड के लिए. ठीक, तो ज़्यादा कैंटिंग होने का मतलब क्या है? ट्रेन अंदर की तरफ गिरने के चांसेस है. तो अंदर की तरफ ट्रेन टुवर्ड्स द इनर साइड, ट्रेन नेवर ओवर टर्न्स टुवर्ड्स द इनर साइड. होता क्या है? train never turns towards the inner side, the train will be derailed. So always remember this thing, derailed means it will go out of the track. Okay, it may go out of the track and the alignment will be distorted. ठीक, जो that means derailment means ट्रेन का व्हील, जो लोकोमोटिव या वैगन्स के व्हील है उनमें से एक भी व्हील अगर तुम्हारा रेल्स पे से हट जाता है So that is known as your derailment. Okay, that is always known as derailment. Okay, so I hope this cant excess and cant deficiency is clear to you all. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड. ओके, अगर इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड से ज़्यादा है तुम्हारी जो ट्रैवलिंग स्पीड है ट्रेन की, तो ज़्यादा का मतलब कैंट डेफिशिएंसी, उल्टा याद रखो. ठीक है, अगर स्पीड ज़्यादा तेज़ चल रही है ट्रेन, तो कैंट हमेशा डेफिशिएंट होगा. ठीक, कैंट कम होगा. और अगर स्पीड इक्विलिब्रियम स्पीड से कम है, तो मतलब कैंट उस पर्टिकुलर स्पीड के लिए ज़्यादा है. ठीक, जो प्रोवाइडेड कैंट है दैट इज एक्सेस फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर स्पीड. Okay, I hope this is clear to you all. If not so, please let me know, because this is very important parameter of design. I'll give you some other example then. Is it clear to you all? Yes. Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. 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 So there are certain limiting values also for this particular cant. Okay, so not just cant, also minimum radius, maximum degree of curve, all these things have a limiting value for depending upon the type of gauge. Okay, so for meter gauge it is different, for broad gauge it is different. We are more concerned about the broad gauge, like the maximum degree of curve for broad gauge is taken as 10 meters. This is in meters, 10 meters. Okay, oh sorry, 10 degrees. Then the minimum radius of curve that is taken as